Sup nerds, today we have Angels versus Purperialdramon. I start off by hatching Cupid, even going to Pata, and I actually open up with kind of the nuts here. Normally I would not do anything and I'd probably just pass turn, but because I don't need to see my security to set up the Dom Angewomon lock, I just even to Gato to pass turn, set bin to 2. He hatches Minimon, evos into Wormmon, plays Wormmon, scorches top 3. Adds Worm, trashes Dino B, bot deck Sala, I promote. I swing security, trigger Cupid, add top security to hand. Tuck Dom, gain 2 memory, 1 off Pata, 1 off Gato. Security check happens, don't even have to use barrier, let's go. Scramble for 2, evo into Magna for 1, trigger Magna effect. Hey, how'd that get there? Evo into Dom for 2. Tuck Angewomon off Magna, and then player back out with Dom, and then minus 7k on the Wormmon, and Ben's turn at 2. Alright, plays another Wormmon, scorches top 3. Adds Fighter Mode, trashes Dino B, bot deck's Calling. My turn at 1, I hatch another Cupid. Evo into Pata. I swing security, trigger Cupid, add top security to hand. Tuck Angewomon, gain a memory from Pata, 12k barrier, 1 check. I do have to trigger barrier. Hey, how'd that get there? It actually was randomly in there, I didn't actually put that in there. Play Gato for free. And Evo into Dom for 4, trigger Dom effect. Play the Angewomon back out, minus 7k on the Wormmon, and gain 1 from Gatomon. Ben's turn at 1. Good luck, have fun. He does scoop, so we do take game 1. By the way, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you're interested in my Angels deck profile, link for that would be in the pinned comment below. And if you're interested in access to exclusive videos as well as other channel perks, consider becoming a channel member. The join button be subscribe button used to be if you're already subscribed. So Ben actually chooses to go second for game 2. I hatch Cupid, evo into Pillow. Definitely have a much less ideal opening here. Play TK, take a peek at my security, see what's going on in there. I have Dom in there, so if I see Magna Angemon, I'm actually pretty kosher. So I grab Patamon out of there, recover and shuffle. Ben's turn at 4. He hatches Minimon. Plays Analog for 2, scratches top 3. Adds the Wormmon to hand, trashes the rest. Evos in a Wormmon for 0. Plays Wormmon, scratches top 3. Adds Worm to hand. Trashes Wormmon, bot decks Purperialdramon, I go to 3. Kind of annoying here because if I out that Wormmon, he's just going to play another one. And if I don't out that Wormmon and he has another level 4 in his hand, he can potentially DNA into a 5 on me. He wouldn't be able to get the full combo off because he doesn't even have a level 5 in his trash to play. And I also have a Pillowmon on the field, but I end up scrambling and do Angemon. I just want to clear the body. And also want to draw. I really want to see Magna Angemon, because if I set up Dom Angewomon versus this deck because it's red-purple, they just kind of lose. So I swing security, trigger Cupidmon, add top security to hand. I tuck nothing, delete Angemon to minus 5k on the Wormmon. He recovers himself at the bottom security. I hatch Cupid, evo into Pata, and evo into Gato for 2 to choke him to 1. He promotes, triggers Wormmon, start a main phase effect, evos into Shagemon for 1, triggers Shagemon's effect, plays Wormmon, triggers Wormmon, scorches top 3. That's really bad for me. Trashes Dino B, adds Shagemon, bot deck Sala. About to get womboed here. Evos into Shade for 2, triggers Shade effect to DNA. Into Purperialdramon, triggers Purperialdramon effect, play Dino B. Triggers Dino B effect to add the Imperialdramon to his hand. Triggers end of turn to DNA into Imperialdramon. Blitzes, triggers the Minimon effect first. Trashes Dino B. And then triggers the Imperialdramon Dragon mode to evo into the Fighter mode for 2. Triggers Fighter Mode's effect, trashes top security. I can't play Digimon by effects, and then 2 checks. And my turn at 4. That's really bad. He checked both Doms out of my security. I'm thinking about scrambling. I scramble the Pillowmon on top of my deck and draw it. It's unfortunate that I can't play anything off the scramble, obviously, because I'm under the Fighter Mode stun. I just want to be able to keep him from potentially popping off on me on his next turn. So I promote. I Evo into Angewomon for 3, and then I just play Pillamon to set him to 2. Hope for the best. He hatches Minimon. Evos in a Worm. He swings security, triggers Minimon, trashes to pop my pillow, triggers Raid, and now the Wormmon inheritable will trigger. It's mandatory, so he does have to suspend me. And coming up as a misplay, I have Barrier. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I should just let him try to run me over, and then I'll trash the top card of my security, and then I'll have to figure out a different way to out my body. Because I know he has Retail, so like, I'm basically just handing him extra memory on top of blowing up the body. Like, I blast into Shadow, de-evo him, and then he dies, he retails. I give him 4 extra memory. He triggers Analog, gains memory, triggers the promo Shade, plays Worm. Yeah, like, I don't know why I did this. I don't know what I was thinking. Triggers Worm, he was into Shade for 1. Triggers Shade. Plays Worm, triggers Worm, scratches top 3. Trashes Dino, adds promo Shade, bot decks the fighter mode. Evos into promo Shade for 2, triggers promo Shade effect. Plays Worm, why not? Scratches 3 more. Add Shade, trashes Worm, bot decks Dragon mode. Evos in another promo Shade for 2, triggers that one, why not? Plays Worm, triggers Worm. Adds Shade. He does have to trash one of the Vmons. They have free. Bot decks the other one. Plays Calling. Pops the Worm. Adds Dino Bee and Purperialdramon. DNAs into Dino. Triggers Dino effect. Plays Dino and swings with Dino off of the other Dino effect, and also triggers the effect to add a card back to hand. Why not? He survives the battle, and then I ask him to just show me the 2-card combo that's lethal here, which is Fighter mode and Dragon mode. So he does take game 2 off the back of a horrific misplay. Once again, I'm not sure what I was thinking. What makes it even worse is if I triggered Barrier, I would have trashed that Godamon off top of my security and got an extra body. And I had it down my hands. Like, if he didn't out the body, I would have stabilized, but whatever. It happens. So I choose to go first for game 3, hatch Cupid, Evo into Luxmon, and Evo into Gato for 2. Ben hatches Minimon. Plays Analog, scratches top 3. Adds the Ace Dragon mode, trashes the rest. And plays Worm, scratches top 3. Adds Worm, trashes Fighter, bot decks Analog, my turn at 3. I promote, swing security, trigger Cupid, add top to hand. Put Dom on bottom, gain memory from Gato. I trash top for Barrier. Evo into Magna for 4, trigger Magna effect, Evo into Dom for 2, tuck Angewomon off the Magna, and then play her back out off the Dom, recover off Angewomon, minus 7k on the Worm, his turn at 2. Now we're cooking with grease or fire, however that saying goes. Evo's into Worm for 0, plays Vmon, trashes Purperialdramon, draws 2, my turn at 1. Suspend, draw, hatch, Cupid, Evo into Pada. I have Barrier here so I can get aggro. Swing security, trigger Lux, trigger Cupid, add top security to hand. I tuck nothing and recover off Angewomon. 1 check at 12k, I survive. Now I'm just taking a peek skis at what he's got in his trash, see if he's set up to pop off on me. I Evo into Dom for 4, trigger Dom effect. Play Angewomon out, minus 7k on the Vmon, and his turn at 3. He draws. He promotes, triggers Worm effect. Evo's into Shade for 1, but not the good one. Draws for Evo. And Evo's into Dino Bee for 4, triggers the effect to add a card back to hand, adds the Purperialdramon back to hand. And then my turn at 2. I draw, I promote Pada, trigger Pada. Evo into Angewomon, add a security for free. Draw for Evo. I took Garomon at the bottom security, gained a memory from Pata. And I know that he has the Dragon Mode Ace in his hand, and I forgot what it did. He added it to his hand from the analog at the beginning of the game. And obviously he can ace me because he added the Purperialdramon out of his trash. So I asked him if I can read it. I'm like, save me the trouble looking it up. Can I just read it? So he hands it to me so I can read it. I know it pops in 11k, but I forgot the rest of the effect, and I was curious if that was going to blow me out or not. The only reason I did that is because I know that the play that I'm going to do, he could trigger his analog youth and still turn on me. Granted, he would be at 1 memory with literally nothing on the field, and he'd be hatching and raising, and I would have lethal on my turn. But I asked him because it was like, maybe I can just play through it. But I decided that's probably not for the best. So I scramble for 2, Evo into Cherub for 1, trigger Cherub effect, play Pata, blow up the Dino, Pata skirts security, no targets, and Ben basically just concedes here. I swing with double alliance, really big, 3 checks, and swing for game. So we do take the match 2-1, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.